Welcome to the Grown Woman Podcast
with your host, Marianne and,
of course, Shakkiah.
Get ready for candid conversations, expert insights, and plenty of laughter along the way.
Of course.
Tune in and join our community of empowered women navigating life's journey with style and grace.
With style and grace. Love it. Tune in to today's episode. With style and grace.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, y'all. This is our first episode of the new year.
First episode.
Oh my goodness, so many things have happened. We're gonna talk about New Year's resolution, why people even make those, what's happening in the new year. But prior to this, starting right in, right? We're having this conversation. We were prepping for this podcast, and the question came up of dating and the preference of dating with kids and dating without kids, right? And so I have a preference. I had a preference that I did not want to date a man with kids.
Like certain age or just at all?
Let me clarify. Okay. So divorced. I have two kids. Right. I was a teen mom, so I've been a mom since 17. My oldest is 23, my youngest is 14. When I was in my previous marriage, I was in a blended family, loved my baby still to this day. And I inherited 3 bonus kids, right? And so in that situation, it was so much. It was so much to learn how to deal with the mother. Uh, the funny thing is, we're now really like all of us is cool. At that point, we weren't. It was drama.
Like you and the baby mom
and the children's moms, right? It was so much happening, and it was just a lot. It was a lot to balance. It was a lot to do. Being young, we were trying to figure it out. Now it's just like, yeah, I don't know if I ever want to do this again. Then in the process, I learned a lot about myself. Of like, I'm selfish. I'm really selfish, and I was also like, if I date a man with kids, then I have to share him. So I was like, I don't want to share him. I don't want to go through the baby mama drama. And I don't even know if I want to have to be a partner to the other mom. So I know that sounds childish. I know that sounds immature.
I don't think it's
but I think it's just honest.
I think it's your preference. Everybody has preference.
And so I think, what is your preference?
I don't mind because my daughter is 7, right? Would I date somebody with a baby? No. Like baby in diapers and things like that. But like somebody with a kid my daughter's age, I wouldn't mind at all. What's important to me is that he has a good relationship with the mother of his kids. Because my daughter's father and I have a very good relationship, and I feel like that says a lot about a man when they have a good relationship with the baby mama. Because I want us, if I'm gonna be around your kid, I want to be able to also communicate with you. Like I don't want him to be in the middle of everything.
On another child.
I do.
Yeah. See,
so he has to be open.
We're very opposite in this.
Well, I'm 33.
Yes.
Yes,
we're saying the age.
And you know,
and I'm not 33.
But you became a mom at 17.
Yeah.
And your kids weren't that.
No, I think that so both my girls are 8 years apart, and I just think at this point, like my lifestyle is not set up for me to have another child. It would just be unfair, right? The traveling, the building, the business.
And you
like,
work a lot.
I work and I love what I do, and so like it is a struggle now to balance out momhood with a 14-year-old and a 23-year-old. So imagine bringing a little one into this world. I'm gonna need a nanny. All right, like these are my rules. If I was to have another baby, I need the nanny. I need the mother, not my mom, his mom, to agree to live with us for a year, and we would need consistent support, or he's a stay-at-home dad. And so, right, because I want my lifestyle to continue.
I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to live with my mother-in-law.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope that I love my mother-in-law, and
But
so
you did have a different.
yeah, and so for me to have a child, those are the things. So it's not that I wouldn't. I just know my lifestyle is not set up for that right now.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back and kind of correct the fact of yes, I said my preference was that I didn't want to date a man with kids. And yes, I know y'all like, how she don't want to date a man with kids if she got kids? Because I understand myself, right? Like I'm very like I understand how it goes, but again, I just didn't want to share the time. I wanted him all to myself, right? And I felt like with when it comes to my daughter, like I'm not looking for her to have a dad. She has a dad, right? And so the man that's
You're
coming in,
she has a daddy.
she
You want a daddy. I want him to be my daddy.
So my mindset on that is if I'm not asking him to be a father to my child, but asking him to be uh, kind of another person that she can trust. There's a difference, right? Not asking a father, but you will be just a great bonus to her life. I thought that was okay. In our current situation, the question is like, does that change if you find the right person? Does your preferences change? And so I'll challenge you, right? Like for me, I'm like, does it change when I meet the right person?
I feel like,
But for you, if you meet the right person and he doesn't want a child, then or he has enough of his own, and he's just like, I think we're good.
then if he has kids already, we can blend it. I'm fine with that.
Let's
But
do it together.
I would want to have a state of more love,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm gonna be in love, right? So I would want to have a state of.
I'm gonna be in love, right? Hopefully.
Hopefully, I'm in love. But if he doesn't have kids, then I think it's only fair that we do have another baby. But if we blend, like, because I only have one, let's say he has three or two or three,
Yeah.
three will be the max that I'll do. I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay.
Culturally, is having a lot of kids like culturally a thing for you?
What do you
Like Hispanic or
mean?
Dominican?
Hispanics are the same as black.
For me, I didn't want a lot of kids. I just ended up having two. I didn't even think that I would have kids, but here I am with kids.
Yeah.
So I
I
think
just always thought in my mind that for me at least, which I'm in a very challenging portion because I didn't want to have more than one baby daddy.
yeah.
So now I'm in this place where it's like, I'm divorced, whatever. But I do desire to have another kid. But if he comes in and he's like, I don't, and he's a great man, and there's some other great qualities that I'm like, I can see myself growing up with this person, and I'm okay with just staying with Adriana. Then, and you can always adopt if what he doesn't want.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because again, that's not on my list. But I will say, right, I had to rethink my decision making on the kid situation because I think for me it was so much trauma behind that, but also realizing like all of the emotions to have to work through. And so, yes, I would, for the right person, date a man that does have kids, but the situation with the children's mom would have to be healthy. And then my thing is like, what if the kids don't like you? Then what do you do? If the kids don't like you, what do you do?
That's a them problem. That's a them problem because he my daddy now.
Oh my goodness. This is where we transition the conversation. But no, we were literally having this conversation prior to you doing this episode, and I'm just like, I wanted to finish the conversation because I want to hear the thoughts. So like comment or leave us feedback on would you date a man to have kids or do you have a preference? And is it okay to have a preference if you have kids to say you don't want somebody
And
with kids?
I just feel like also it
Like just give us
depends
feedback.
on the season, right? Because for example, I'm 33 right today. I'm not dating anybody. What if I don't date anybody until next year? I'm 34, whatever. And at that time, our business, we're killing it. I'm traveling a lot. I'm working a lot. I want to bring a kid into that
that kind of rant.
Chaos.
Well, if you have the support.
If I have the support,
right?
but like,
what if y'all both traveling, both moving? Then
you know what I mean?
you
Like,
get your little baby sack, put it on your back, and keep the baby with you.
So I guess it all depends, right? Like I feel like I'm working on building something where God will provide what I need in order for me to have another baby, of course, have a good, very supporting husband, where we'll both be able to manage what I'm trying to do on the business side and support him on his career.
Yeah.
And then both be parents. And there are some deal breakers for me that is like no. Like if you're not gentle with me, no. We
Says the person who is
I feel like I'm starting. I used to be very selfish. I used to be very selfish.
I'm still selfish.
I'm still a little bit selfish.
That's my good and bad about it.
I feel like I need to find a balance because sometimes it's like I'm a giver. So sometimes like I give too much and I give people too many opportunities or give people too much of the benefit of the doubt. And then it's like cliche to say, but I just hate when people are rude to me. Yeah. Like we know. Rudeness is like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, there's just, like I joke, I have fun. Yeah. Cultural, like I'm very aggressive when I talk, but it's not like I'm trying to do it in that way. It just comes out like that, but it's not. I stuck myself. But when somebody's being rude to me in purpose, like why are you talking to me like that? Like I don't like that, especially from a man. Oh my
goodness! Did y'all hear how loud it went? But I mean, we can wind this up. I'm pretty sure I'm getting myself in trouble with this topic.
Why are you getting yourself in trouble? Are you dating with somebody with kids?
What I am saying is, for the right situation.
Now you gotta spill the tea.
For the right situation.
What's the right situation?
A man that is good for me, good to me, God fearing, supportive, ride or die. Well, I don't even want to ride or die. I want to ride and support. I want to ride and grow. I want to ride and learn. But for the right situation, I think anything is compromisable.
Relationships, every single relationship, not just romantic, it's compromises.
Yeah. And so I think I just need to work through my own selfishness and trauma. But I just want to be back in the thoughts. Those listening.
I had a conversation with someone and I told this person, I said, every relationship is compromise. Business, romantic. And I'm willing to work on the things that I need to work on and compromise and meet you in the middle, but you gotta do the same.
You gotta do the same. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hear about this. But let's transition. Let's transition to what this podcast session is about today.
Happy 2025.
It is 2025. We are in the new year. And like I know you took time off and resetting. I had no choice but to reset. I know I keep getting notifications. Somebody sending me nonstop Instagram reels. But I didn't have a choice but to sit because I ended up having an appendix surgery on the 21st.
That's God's
crazy. God was like, sit down.
On your favorite day.
Okay. Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I ended up having appendicitis. And so it gave me extra time to sit and rest. But you did the cabins, you did the reset. We did our last event December 14th. When you think about New Year's and the goals and the resolution, like what did you say you're gonna do?
I think this year, like I have my goals, and I don't want to say resolutions, but I'm leading more with my word of the year, which is intention.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like as this word has been coming to mind a lot, like for the last couple of months, a lot. So I just want to be mindful of who I surround myself with, what I listen to, what I eat. There has to be a why behind everything that I do. Like I don't need to be everywhere. I always remember my mom always used to tell me, "A classy woman isn't everywhere. Like you can't. People can.
You don't want to be accessible. You shouldn't be accessible.
So it's not privileged to be
where
you're at.
I love it.
Humble. I'm trying to be humble, but not humble. Anyway, but you know what I mean? Like being intentional about everything that I do, like even spending time with my kid. Like if I'm giving her 30 minutes, those 30 minutes is I'm present. I'm being intentional with just everything.
Yeah, I think my words, I have two words, and I heard like I just kept hearing them, especially as the year was ending. And mine is building and freedom.
Building freedom.
Building and freedom. For me, like right, we're in business together. Um, there's businesses happening, and so for me, this is the year that I slow down to speed up. Meaning, um, understanding the assignment that I'm in and not moving outside of that assignment. Like, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? What is it that I am meant to do in this season? What is my purpose, right? And we talked about this at the December 14th event, understanding the assignment issue. And so I want to stay in the assignment, stay in my lane, and not move out of that. And so building for me this year is really focusing on that and not doing anything outside of that, right? Because there's so many times that we get these opportunities where people are like, do this, be a part of this, can you do this? And I will jump on it because of all the things that come with it. And this year I can't because it is not a part of the assignment. And so there's so many things that I have to say no to so that I don't move outside of my assignment. And then for me, freedom, I was asked, like, what does freedom mean to you? And for me, I want this this freedom of discovering God at a new level. Right. I think I've known God in the church. I've known God how somebody has told me, but I want to live in this space of freedom where I feel God everywhere I go. And so with that, it is discovering who I truly am and the woman that I've truly been designed to be, and doing that without this boundary or this wall or box. And so year 40, right? And I just feel that this is going to be a year of trusting so much, depending on him, but living outside of the wall. Right? So many people expect so much of me in so many different ways, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
And you know how we like it's crazy when because we're believers, right?
Yeah.
And we believe that we are all one,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you start talking and you start seeing everything that's happening and how connected we are, even when we're not talking, like for example, this event that we're putting together in February, like we just came with that.
And we're moving in it.
And we're moving in it. Mm-hmm. We know money.
We believe in vision. She's saying no money, but the no resources money. We understand the resources are coming.
Yeah, so we're trusting in this so much that we don't even have the money in our hands, and we know it's happening. Mm-hmm. Like we're truly living by faith, and not by sight. Yeah, something that I need to apply to my love life.
Yeah, but it was somehow we always bring that back with this love life, right? We're talking about resolution.
No, because like, well, one part of my thing is I wanna fall in love. Okay. I wanna fall in love. I love that
for you.
Like
I do.
It's been a long time. Your girl is struggling. You know what I'm saying?
I think you gotta come with being open to it.
I am
without having rules.
Oh. I get it, but you and I went to a business meeting with one of our friends a couple of weeks ago. We had lunch with her. And one of the things that she said resonated with me. She said, I'm somebody that cares and I give so much. And I don't give to receive. But at some point, like when you give, there has to be like this nice expectation of 10% coming back. Mm-hmm. So I guess that two things for me that come to mind is like if I'm giving something, I want that reciprocated, like my time. Time is currency. Like if I'm giving you my time, I want that energy back. I don't want to have to be the one who's always like reaching out to the person or saying let's do something. That's not a rule.
But I think that's the difference is standards and expectations and understanding.
What's the difference?
So I would say standards are like this is the bar, right? Like this is what I value. This is who I am. Like I'm not allowing myself to go beneath what I believe in for myself, the value for myself. Expectations is having this thought process of people should move in this certain way, right? And so I think it's the difference in understanding those two. But when I'm saying open, I'm saying to the fact of, I think sometimes when we think about love, when we think about the perfect person or the person that comes in, we put these perimeters around what that looks like, right? Versus saying I'm open to what love is. And when it comes, I will not say it should be this and it should be that. I will be open to accept what love is. And I think that is the challenge for most women, right? And I'm talking about myself. Sometimes we get what we are asking for, but we don't like how it's packaged.
Yeah, it could be it.
Yeah.
But
Because we're like, nope, it needs to be this, nope, it needs to be that, nope, it needs to, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying a lot of times, right? And what I am discovering in my wisdom age, um, men are very interesting creatures. Men will create a safe space, right? But they won't settle until they feel safe in the place, right? And so I think sometimes we get that confused. As women, we don't understand our part in the conversation. We don't understand our part in like how are we building it because we expect them to come and show us everything, but what are we showing them? Right. And one thing that I told myself, I said I will always operate as the woman that I am, whether he's good enough or he's not. Like because you're not meeting me and building me, I'm already there. Right. Like I can grow with you, but I'm already a woman. I'm already fully capable. I'm already in my space. I know who I am. So you're meeting a woman. You're not meeting a little girl. You're not meeting somebody who's discovering who she is, baby. I'm fully who I am and steady in understanding that. So I think it is again when it is presented, what is it and how are we assessing it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna share something, and obviously I'm not gonna share names, but you and I know, because this is what.
Do I know?
Yeah,
Okay.
I how can I? So I feel like Marianne, 'cause I don't know the name. I feel like Marianne, like I'm very authentic. I consider myself very authentic. I show up in spaces as I am.
Mm-hmm.
So when I show up and I'm comfortable with you, I'm gonna give you me.
Mm-hmm.
And by giving you me, you're gonna get the funny, you're gonna get my flaws sometimes, and you're gonna get Marianne the accountable person. That when I screw up, I'm gonna take accountability. Not saying that it's right? But I'm human and I'm growing.
Mm-hmm.
I think when opportunities have been presented to me when it comes to love, and I've talked to individuals, they come in with an energy that is like, "Man, like I like this energy. Like you can communicate, you like we can go out, we can have fun, we can kick it. But then along the line, then they start like pulling back, and it's like I don't like. For me, give me if you can maintain the energy that you come with, don't don't
Yeah.
give it to me.
Like I would never encourage settling, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I do encourage is to understand people. And right, we know your famous line is 3 days, right? 3 business days. But I think because I operate so differently, right? I'm a person like trust is not easily given, right? Like, hey, I'm watching you from the sideline. And so for me, there's so much time in between where I don't give people access to me right away. And so before it's even I like you, I've already seen you because before you made it to my side, you've already showed me yourself. Um, and I think that's just the difference of how we accept it, how we're open to it, how we approach it. Um, and you love love. I don't. And to correct this, not saying I don't want love, not saying I don't desire it, but I don't. I'm not a this needs to happen in my life because of the things that I've dealt with. I want it, but it's not what I'm searching for, right? And so I think that's why friendship is super important, right? I think foundation is super important because this time around, I'm like, we taking our time. We walking through the park. Like we ain't running. We walking through the park just because learned lessons. And so,
But even in friendships, I feel like there's expectations. Like when we did the Friendsgiving you invited me to your Friendsgiving, and I saw the friends.
But is it expectations or is it allowing somebody to be authentically themselves and being safe? Like when I think of friendship, I'm like, if I can't be safe to be who I am with you, I'm never going to show you who I am, right? And so I never want you to be like, I expect you to be this great, right?
I don't say that, but like, let me see.
Maybe your respect level, but expectations.
No expectations, but for example, like I look at your friends group, right? You guys have been friends for 20 something years, and you guys are so supportive of each other. Yeah. Like if there's an event, your friends show up. Yeah. Or if they can show
you built that. You got to listen of the time.
I get it, but that's what I'm saying. That even when you're building a friendship, there is a level of I don't want to say expectation, but there's a level of
I think it's reciprocation and respect, right? But we're also at spaces, and I feel like we're jumping over, but I feel like the friends that I have maintained have been intentional. I've lost friends and gained friends, but we are in spaces where I have friends, my friend group, we love and adore. We go maybe months without seeing each other because we are so busy and our lives are happening. Some are married, some are not. But we have this intentionality. When we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. And if we can't support, then we are supporting, whether it's vocally through a text message, right? So we got this group chat. There's ways that everyone shows up, but it's not the same. I don't show up. I'm not the friend that's going to text you every day. I'm not the friend who's going to call you every day. I don't even like the group chat that we're in. I will read and not respond. But if you need me there, right, I'm either showing up financially, physically, spiritually, right? And so it's the things that matter for me. I have other friends in our group that's like, okay, Kia, I need you to work on being communicable. Like, yeah, you show up, but when do you need to talk? And so everybody needs something different. But because we understand like authentic, everybody know Kia ain't gonna respond. Kia not gonna answer the phone. She's just gonna be there. They let me show up as me. I'm not, you know, it's just certain things that I don't do. And they're like, that's Kia. That's how she is. And the same with them. I know there's certain friends that they're going to do what they do, but we accept who we are. And it's just like, well, that's what they are. And I think the quicker that we can learn how to be okay with who people are, because then now you know how to show up.
And then you have a choice too. Because for example, right, I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about something similar. And she said to me, it was funny. She said to me, you can't expect somebody to give you what they never had. They don't know how to show up in the way that you want them to.
That's why accepting who people is authentically is how you don't get hurt. Because now I see you. As you said, now I get to choose. This is how I operate, right? Like I have the capacity like this with people. Like I have to recharge all the time. I love people. I love my people. I love my friends. But I'm not a person who can be around people a lot of hours of the day. I'm an overthinker. I am overwhelmed by energy and I have to pull back, right? Because I have to protect my space. That doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean I'm not your friend. It just means like this is how I operate. Please don't take it personal. I may not answer the phone for 2 days, but I will text you on the third day and say, hey, hey, does that mean I love you less because I'm not? I don't even know where we are with the conversation. But going back to the resolution.
There's certain things, for example, we go back to like you say, I'm selfish. There's certain deal breakers that we need. For example, I'm very alpha. I'm very, believe it or not.
And I think the right man can follow you.
I think so too. But it's gonna take a very special, gentle man who's gonna come in and talk to me.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to be alpha with my man.
I don't.
I want you to come in and I'd be like, oh.
That's the thing. Like I want to be like, baby, do you want me to iron your socks? I want to iron your socks.
But I will.
That's how in love I want to be. No. I want to be able to get up at 5 in the morning and make you breakfast just because I love you so much. Like that's what. But it's gonna take that very.
I want to love somebody that much, but baby, I'll make your coffee. I don't. I can order us some.
When I'm in love, I'm like super extra. But I'm saying that to say that I'm very, I'm very alpha. I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
Like people don't know this about me, but I cry for little. No, I don't want to say stupid things, but like little things. Like if you say something to me and that hurt my feelings, you may not know, but I'm like, damn, like you really have to do. But I will show up and act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So I need a man who's gonna be able to. I don't want to say deal with that, but be able to to bring the soft side of me and be able to be like, you know what, babe, that's okay, I'm here. Like, encourage me, support me, and help me grow. Because at the end of the day, we're always growing, and I want to be able to be with somebody that I'm going to learn from, that he's going to teach me things, that I'm going to admire him, but he has to be very gentle. Because I don't like, I'm already very aggressive in my career. I don't need to have that when I go. Okay, babe?
Wherever you are.
We're here waiting for you.
So my wonderful friend and partner can have her bag.
Can get it on. It's been a minute, y'all. I'm almost an angel.
Yeah, so I know you're working on intentionality in 2025.
But that's part of my.
And I'm working on building in freedom.
No, just building my business, you know.
Excited about other things.
Freedom, you know, like there's just so many good things happening. I feel like because we're so focused that like it's every day things are just popping up and the alignment is just there. Like we're not rushing anything, we're not trying hard. Things are just happening.
So what would you say was your 3 like biggest learning curves that you wish you would have known for 2024? That you're going to take into 2025.
Patience, because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm living in the unknown. Like I just have these. I know things are gonna happen, and I don't care when they're gonna happen, but I know they're happening. So I'm just gonna keep working. And I've been praying for patience, like with people, with myself. But I think that this was the time for me to know that. Like if I would have known that this in 2024, I wouldn't have done anything.
So patience and
patience, faith, like knowing that everything works for the good. Yeah. So, and intention. I just feel like 2024 was a really good year, but I was still focused on things that really didn't matter. And today, I'm like, I'm focusing on what really matters. The assignment. Yeah, like I'm just
staying in your lane.
I'm there. I'm like, God, just guide me, give me wisdom, give me strength, prepare me, show me what you want me to see, and prepare me for the things that you're gonna show me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for you. No, I love that. I would say my 3 would be um, that rest is necessary. I learned that in 2024, and that we're deserving of it. I would also say being more present, right? Being more present in all things, right? I feel that my life has been moving so fast that the present flees from me because I'm so future focused, I'm so future oriented, I'm so what's next. And that has been me for a very long time. So rest is necessary. We're deserving of rest. Being more present. I need to be more present. It is just, it's necessary. And then the question was asked to me today, what fills my cup? And so what I wish or what I have learned from 2024 is that I need to do more things that fill my cup. Right? I know it's such a cliche, but the work that we're doing, right? But spending more time into that, like really pouring myself, giving myself the permission to enjoy the moment is what fills my cup. Working out, traveling, eating good food, but knowing that I am doing something that is creating impact. Like I am a person that hates wasting my time, and so filling my cup is knowing what I'm doing today is something that is building tomorrow. But yeah, so those are
get
my
ready to see us
takeaways
everywhere
for 2024 and 2025. Building and freedom. We here, baby.
We have, listen, it's barely January, but I feel like we have such a good lineup through the Pink Hustle, which is the other business adventure.
Yes, y'all need to go support thepinkhustle.com.
You know what? Today was the first time that I introduced myself as the co-founder at an event.
So go on there, subscribe. So many things are happening. Yes, we do the Grow Woman podcast, but we're also helping women to win and build in tech spaces, helping small businesses leverage tech to scale and grow, working with organizations with reskilling, upskilling, tailored programming to make sure that the exposure for women in tech spaces, professional development, um, and opportunity is there. So that's what we're doing. Right?
There's not been a year.
Yeah.
I feel it. And we're building international relationships.
Yeah.
We're building relationships.
2025 is the year of greater. So, what is the gym you're going to leave?
Just be intentional about taking time, you want to rest, but being silent. Because when you're in silence, you hear God and things come up. And the other day I called you like 20 times because like every ideas just keep happening. I'm like, I even told her, I said, I don't know what's happening. But
that's because you rested for a day.
Yeah.
You were still.
Yeah.
Right. Your body was able to be in alignment. So I love that. My gym is have more slow mornings.
I love slow mornings.
Have slow mornings. I have made a commitment to myself, especially after my little health scare, that my mornings will start slow. I won't take a meeting before 10. I will wake up and I will take my time and start my morning, right? My devotion. Now I'm transitioning to tea over coffee. And of course working out, but I've also pushed that, right? Waking up and actually setting and settling into my morning versus waking up and going. So that would be my gym. Have more slow mornings.
So stay tuned. We have a lot of events coming up. Way too many. But
yeah. So follow, subscribe, share. And we have more coming. This is.
And we have a really nice guest coming next time.
But this is the Grown Woman Podcast. Hey.